Hello, lovely people. Here I am again. Welcome. Miss Hellbreaker in the house. Bringing upliftment, enlightenment, knowledge, inspiration, positive vibes, and whatever I feel like sharing in the moment. And today I felt like sharing what is a spiritual awakening. Know that wherever you are, you're very welcome. I'm going live on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. So I have lots of followers everywhere. YouTube can be even more. So if you want to help and support me, also follow my YouTube. And it's also Miss Hellbreaker, like what I have here underneath, Miss Hellbreaker. And Hellbreaker is my real surname. And I'm from Holland, from the Netherlands. And that's why my accent, like most people always ask me about my accent. I'm from the Netherlands, and my real name is Janneke Hellebrekers. And when you translate my surname, it's Hellbreaker in English. And that's what I'm doing. I'm breaking free as much as possible, being as free and happy and healthy as possible as I can be, and help others to become that as well. So if you ever have any problem, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, financially, like I have like lots of tips and tricks for everything to help you deal with this reality. And so just know that you can always reach out to me for anything. And also you can check my website. My website is also MissHellbreaker.com. So there I have a lot of things that I offer there as well. So I offer coaching, healings, energy healings, courses, meditations, ebooks. And soon my book is coming out, Whispers of the New Earth. So very excited about that. Yay. If you already want to see the cover and the back cover, you can scroll down on my Facebook and find that, and where I share about it. And yes, so today I want to be talking about spiritual awakening. What is a spiritual awakening? So first you have like an awakening that's happening, like more and more people are awakening at this moment. I first thought it was happening already in 2020 with the whole COVID thing. I thought it's going to happen now. Like people are waking up, people are like understanding this reality more, and it's happening now. But it didn't happen then. But it like slowly, more people were awakening. And I feel now we're going to a mass awakening. But I want to share a bit more about what is a spiritual awakening. It is about people finally seeing through the veil, the illusion, the matrix we are living in. They finally see like what they're living is different than what they always thought. They're living a lie. Everybody lied to us. The politicians, the doctors, the teachers, even your parents, that they didn't know. They were also programmed. We were all programmed in a certain way to believe that what we are living in is real. That the normal everyday reality of going to your job and purchasing things, it's like they want you to buy and buy and buy. It's like I even have here on my thingies 50% for Black Friday. We're being that program. Oh, Black Friday, we have to buy because then we have discounts. It's like we are being programmed to be consumers and wanting to buy more and more. But then it's like it's an illusion world, but also with plays like sporting events, and it's like it's all staged. That's like all sports are rigged. And it's like how much time of your life did you put into that? Yeah. And me also, like I used to love sports and play sports, but I also went to sports events and had a great time. But it's like big energy harvesting events. Like it's the same as in Rome. Just give them bread and place, and they don't know what's really going on. They don't see what is really going on. They don't see the corruption. They don't see like the killing of people. Like it's crazy. Like we just think we got so desensitized by movies that we think killing each other off is normal. And like it's not normal and it's not necessary. And a lot of times the people having these conflicts, they 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 keep them alive. Uh, it's the politicians that is like it's all money laundering schemes. It's the tax, it's theft. It's the wars. It's the like what is they're doing now with the whole immigration. It's like they're keeping it alive for their own money laundering schemes. And a lot of the charities are also just fake and money laundering. Like, how crazy is it that they always do like charities and fundraising for like this, for this thing and for this thing? Like, but you never find solutions. Like, how long are they already researching for a lot of cures and they never find the cures? Like, you don't think there's already new technology for to heal people or going even to natural cures, but they can't patent that and they can't put money on that. So that's why they make it really difficult for people to actually want to help people. Even in the Holland, in the Netherlands, where I come from, there's being like several doctors being sued for just wanting to help people, and they actually saved lives. But the people that really want, they're like being censored, and then there's like, oh, the science. No, all the scientists that not being censored mostly are paid, and the people that are working for the CDC and the FDA also being paid, and they're putting poisons in our food and in the air and the water and all the stuff that we're using in the makeup, in the perfume, all the things that you use. I don't use any shampoo, conditioner. It's not necessary. You know, you don't. But it also helps when you eat a bit more healthier. Then you don't also have certain smells that you don't have. So it's all about you taking control over your own life. Yes, you see the programming. Yes, you see the veil. Yes, you see the illusion. First, it's really difficult. It's really crushing your soul to understand how evil this reality is and how it's different than we thought. So first you find out like we're like on a prison planet and we're energy harvesting, and they try to squeeze all energy out of us, and they're like they want you in a perpetual state of like fear and worry and anger, and it costs a lot of energy to have all these emotions, and they have like they squeeze all the energy out. They deliberately keep you in poverty. So you're like worrying what will be next, when you will have your next food, and if you can pay your rent. And in some countries they have it even worse than other countries, because in America people have to work like 2-3 jobs to even make ends meet, and it's like normal that people don't have money and stuff. And I come from Holland, where people have like the 36 or the 40-hour work week. At least they can sustain themselves, and then they can go on holiday once or twice a year. But then they're like, oh, we already have it better than other countries, and they don't see that they're also being enslaved in different ways by all the bureaucratic rules you have in Holland and all the taxes you have to pay for. Like you have like a whole, like it's like crazy. But then you come to other countries and the price that you have to pay is much less. So it's like really crazy. Like and countries like lived in Spain and Portugal, and you have to pay less for everything, and so you have like with less income you can sustain yourself better. So it's like in every country you have different things to keep you like enslaved and controlled. And where I come from, it's like really, really controlled in Holland. But it's also a small country, so that it can even have like people are really brainwashed and programmed. And I even talk with people here in Mexico. They say like, yeah, the people in the West are even more brainwashed than the people here. And like, people have no clue how much programmed and brainwashed we have. But so you wake up to it, to all the evil, and it's like really, really evil, like really evil, like the wars, the money laundering, the corruption, and do you know, like not even and the drug, the drug, like to the war on drugs. It's like the government is in on it. Government is in on it. on the wars and the drugs and but also there's one thing they even make more money off, and it is child trafficking. And every year, lots of children go missing, and they're in on it because it's one big network. And I'm really happy that with like the Diddy case, it's coming out like slowly. Um, these are like honeypots to deliberately have people drugged up, have sex with minors, and then film that so they can blackmail them. So they have them in the pockets, like politicians, artists. Uh, like, don't think they can do what they want to do. They can sing what they want to sing. Most of the what you come from normal artists are not about love and unity and freedom. No, we had it in the 60s and 70s, but at this moment it's all very dystopian. Like all the movies, it's all about like the end of the world and sci-fi and everything. It's all like to keep you in that same state. And once you wake up to it, like you wake up like the Truman Show, you wake up because we are living in the Truman Show. We're living in a matrix. And once you wake up to it, and that's like a spiritual awakening, that's a spiritual type of hi everybody. Everybody's very welcome, whoever joined. I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube and on Facebook, and it's always there on my YouTube. So even if you don't have time now, you can always watch it back. My YouTube is MissHellbreaker as well, and I also will put it. Videos have more views on crazy. Like it's because like certain things that they don't want you to see. So, but I bring it further. Like I bring knowledge, I bring information, I bring truth that a lot of people are not even like aware of or ready for. But you need an open mind for what I share, an open third eye, and that is third eye is like your intuition. Once you have more connection with your intuition, you see what's actually happening in this world. But they don't want you to see that, so they poison you with lots of harmful chemicals in the food and the water and the air, and they know exactly what doesn't wake people up, and that is when they calcify your pineal glands, and you have like the chemicals in the food, but also in the toothpaste, like the fluoride, and only now it really lowers your IQ. And the voting system is for and just to learn thing that you have to learn. So they control the books in the schools, schooling, and thinking that you have a certificate. It's all bullshit. It's all indoctrination. And the people that are really most indoctrinated, a lot of time doctors, that they think they're helping people, but they're actually prescribing drugs to people that have a lot of symptoms and that have like almost all pharmaceuticals have lots of different bijwerkingen. The things that you really don't. It doesn't have always a good effect, and it's also a bit strange, like prescribing it and keep prescribing it because it doesn't go to the root cause. Because a lot of people, the root cause a lot of times is emotional, and we have a lot of emotions that we don't really address and know or feel. And that is really a lot of times the root cause from everything. It's the emotional and physical ailments, but it starts with the emotional. It starts with a disruption, an emotional disruption, and then it comes into the physical. And that's why I also help people with my energy healings with emotional blockages that they have, that they don't even know that they're holding on to. So if you ever want to do an energy healing, just go to my website and you can book that. And I help people with that as well. But once you wake up to it, you have to do your inner work. You have to it's like really go to phases that you think like hopefulness, and you lost all faith, and you see what's happening in the world. You're like, oh my God, how And it's like really excruciating, and you can't share it with anybody. So a lot of people are very alone in this because their family don't understand them. They think they go crazy with the things they say, and oh, that's not true. And like, oh, like like if I talk about certain things, they thought like it was so crazy. Now my family is more open. Certain people in my family are more open to listen to certain things I say, but it's like it's really you going very much alone. Call it also dark night of the soul because it's really is a dark night. I had like days and days that I was crying and I didn't see the way out anymore, and I was like really, and I felt so alone. And a lot of people going through it alone. But at one point, went on the spiritual path. It's like after my burnout, when I felt like I unplugged from the matrix, and I was like, I was always like a drone doing everything what everybody expected of me, my parents, my teachers, and my bosses. It's like suddenly I was like woke up and I was like, oh, what do I actually want to do with my life, and what do I like? And I went on a spiritual path. So I started with doing yoga and meditation. So I went onto the spiritual path, but it was necessary for me to just feel myself, feel my own energy, and be at peace with myself. Like I was always busy, busy, busy. I was like every minute was planned. After my job, I went to sports, and then I meet up with people, go out for dinner there. Like I was like hardly ever at home, and I do lots of sports as well. I loved it. I was doing lots of sports. I was doing volleyball, I was doing Gaelic football, I was doing rugby, I was like doing a lot of sports. I loved it. I'm meeting up with people, going out. Like I loved it. And then I was going to festivals here and there. I loved and going traveling. I was like having a blast. And I still was doing it even during my spiritual awakening. I was doing also what I was doing before, but then I had also more spiritual friends, like yoga friends. With them, I drank tea and did yoga, meditation, and and then I also did a yoga teacher training. So I also gave yoga, meditation, and when I was doing my teacher training, my good friend Robert, I will always be grateful for Robert, said about that the music industry is satanic. And I was like, what is he saying? Huh? Like, what is that? But still, it's planted the seed in me. So I went to YouTube, music industry satanic. And then I saw all those videos, those clips, how the people looked before, and then suddenly, like first they looked very innocent, and then they look like very like with red and very sexual, and like, and then you're like, what is this? And then you go into rabbit holes and rabbit holes and rabbit holes. And I found out a lot of things. I know, like going still very deep in lots of rabbit holes, and I know a lot. Like what I post on my social media is like 20% of what I know. So, but like people, if people really want to know more, like always PM me if you want talks, and like maybe I'll start making courses or I don't know what, but the knowledge is there, and start researching. The truth is like some truth is on Facebook, but there's more on X and Telegram and TikTok is even more truth to be found. And also Google is very suppressed and you don't find everything there. So you have like different search engines like Brave. First I thought DuckDuckGo, but then I heard it was also compromised. So Brave, but I heard like Yandex. It's also good. And like a lot of things are suppressed. Like the information that you want to find out, like you can't find that normally on like Google. And also a lot of information, the truth is like not fully, like some things are on YouTube, but if you want to go deeper, like this Rumble, this BitChute, their ODC, it's so like the truth about like what's happened in the World War II and this like Europe, the last battle, it's mostly found on BitChute. I saw that and I was like, saw the first episodes and I was crying because you find out that whatever they like the history is one big lie. Every wars, what they told about it is lies. The 9/11 is an inside job. Like they have black flags. Like it's like all staged to like you be afraid to a certain like that they're terrorists, but they're like, all funded by the CIA. You find out like the CIA and the FBI, they do the drug trafficking and they do the wars and they do like really crazy. And people in the past, when they shared about everything, they really were like whacked. Like, and now there's more people sharing. So like, I'm not afraid in any way. Like, I'm not afraid. And I keep sharing my truth and sharing the truth of what is out there. But also, I will share different layers of the truth for different people on different paths where they are. So I will keep sharing about what's happening in the world, but I'm not attached to it anymore. So once you have your spiritual awakening, you're in this world, but not of this world. You're part of it, but also not. You're more detached and you are like an observer. You don't get so emotionally attached with it. Only like once in a while when there's too many things happening in my reality, I get emotional. Like I also get angry, but I get really angry, and I also get sad and I'm really sad, but not about everything. Because that's also what they want. They want you to reel you in with whatever's happening. And then you're like not, it's about not giving it your attention and living in the now, living in your reality. And that is what, once you go on this path of spiritual growth, spiritual awakening, you want to share that. Like what you learned, you want to share that with others. And also, it's not just one spiritual awakening, it's awakening after awakening after awakening. Like every time you find deeper truths and more understanding about yourself and this reality, but you also are upgrading and empowering and letting go of things that you don't need anymore. Like I was in the past very shy and didn't like myself, and I was much bigger. And now I eat very healthy. I'm much more like confident about myself, loving myself, and and sharing my knowledge, what I learned. And that is, I get inspired by what I'm sharing. And I know that there are people out there that need to hear this, because I'm forever grateful of the teachers that I had. My yoga teacher, of like people that red pilling me, of people that sharing information. And I love the inspiration that they're sharing. Like I have like that shares a lot of inspiration with me. He has a lot of keys that I'm unlocking, and we're learning from each other. And that's why we also have our YouTube together. It's called Forever Awesome 888. 888 is for abundance and infinity. And like once you are awesome, you keep getting forever more awesome. So that's like why we make videos as well, because it inspires us as well, and we keep sharing with others. Once you are have that connection, it will never go away. Once you're in love, having a connection with love and inspiration and source, whatever you want to call it. Some people call it God, but some people call it source, and some people inspiration. Like you feel when you're tapped in, you're aligned. And there are so many different tools that can help you get there. And I share a lot of them. And once you are there, you are your own teacher. You are your own guru. And the word guru means you go from dark to light. And you had a time in your life when you needed certain gurus, you needed certain teachers that were there to bring you to the path, to find that. Like I'm forever grateful for my Kundalini yoga, because I would never have felt disconnected with my body and my mind and my soul in such a different way. But once you wake up more and more, you need a discipline. You need the discipline to break out of all those habits, break out of the system, break out of the everyday reality. You need the certain habits and consistencies to break out. And also to become more aware, you need meditation, you need journaling. What is going on in your subconscious and your conscious? And I also had like lots of books that I read, and lots of workshops that I went to, lots of retreats. I was like a sponge, always wanting more, more, more. And I'm still doing lots of information from others and books and stuff, but I am writing them myself now, because the knowledge, once you are like activated, the knowledge comes from within. And it's also easy to share that. Like I have like what I share, it just comes out. I don't even have to think about that. Like that's why I make a lot of videos as well. Like something I feel called to say this at this moment. And that is also like the information coming to me, like the themes of today, like it's coming to me, and it's like, oh, I have to share this. And that is something that I really want to share with people. That you, at one point, after the dark night of the soul, it gets better, because you're on a path of self-growth, evolving, empowering yourself. And then you go like more and more upgrading, more and more understanding, more and more liking yourself. And this reality changes while you change. So the biggest thing they say, you want to change the world, change yourself. Be the change you want to see in the world. Don't wait for others. Don't think that others will help you. No, you have to help yourself, empower yourself, but also empower others. And then you unite together and co-create, and then you can even move bigger mountains. So, but at one point you also want to co-create with other conscious creators, and then you start learning even more and from each other, and like you become more and more conscious. Like you can't go back to ignorance is bliss, never, ever. In the beginning of your spiritual awakening, you think like, why can't I have a normal life? Why can't I have that? Like, why can't I just be happy with what the other people have? It's because we're different. We're supposed to wake up. We're like a line for the wake up list. And yes, at one point, it's like it was not easy, and it's still sometimes not easy for me. Like I still have moments of despair and hopelessness and sadness, because like I'm living completely in the unknown, and it's not easy. And but I follow my heart. I know I have faith and I have trust in myself and humanity and in this reality. So once you start healing yourself, getting rid of the gunk, like people have so much like shame, guilt, regrets, anger, sadness, not only for this life, even past lives and from your youth, and traumas, like so much. Like we have like such a backpack behind us. And I'm like very much like my inner work and my spiritual growth is one of my biggest priorities, and my health as well. So once you are on this journey and take better care of yourself, you also will take better care of your health, and you will feel lighter and brighter, and you feel better every day. Like I'm 46. Like, do I look like it? No. Lots of people always think I'm much younger, but even before I was on my spiritual path, people always thought I was younger because of my energy. I always had a lot of energy. I always was very positive. I always made the best of it. Wherever I was, there was a party. I always had great fun. And before, I needed some alcohol to loosen myself up, or even be possible to talk with people. And I was like very shy. And then after my spiritual awakening, finding my power and my confidence and being more healthy, now I don't have that anymore. I'm just like me, myself. I'm myself. But before, I had several like masks. I was a different person in my sporting club than I was at home, or when I was in my relationship, or at my job. So what if you see that like, hey, I'm a different person, or I hold back in certain ways, that means that you have certain masks still up there. And also, if you can't talk about everything in your whole life from your youth, and if you get emotions there, there is still something there that needs to be progressed, that needs to be healed, that needs to be seen of you. And sometimes only later on in your in your life, you understand certain things and why they need to happen, and it's like a healing process for you, and also understanding yourself more and why it needed to happen for you to be the person that you are right now. But you also don't want to have it happen to anybody else. So you want to help others make the journey easier for others. Understanding the love languages was a huge, huge, huge thing of myself, because I didn't feel loved, because the people that like were in my life didn't give me the love that I was like as expecting of how I give love. But it was for me to find out the love inside of myself and share it with others. And that's why like words of affirmations are really important for me. Like I say others like how amazing, you're great, you're awesome. And I people need that, but I miss that in my life. So I gave that. But it's also other people have different love languages. So there's 5 different love languages, like time and attention, gifts, touch, affirmations, like words of affirmations, and then there's like doing things for each other. So when I feel love, when people say nice things to me, and other people in my life share love by doing things, I don't feel it. So that's why you also, for knowing all of this, it's also about understanding yourself and your reality and what your needs are. In the beginning of relationships, I always thought like they would know what I want and what I need. No, they're not telepathic. You have to share that. But it's also empowering yourself by saying, like, what, knowing your yeses and nos and what you want and what your needs are. And like, the more you know, the more you can put that into reality, and the world will bring that back to you. It's like, and that is also manifestation, knowing more better what you want. So, but we're going to talk more about manifestation maybe another day. But this is more about like, once you understand how this world and this reality is, it's more like a game that you can play, and you can level up, and you can start tweaking. Like, it's just starting like a habit that you change that is not good for you, or something in your reality, like some food that you're eating is not right, or suddenly you start reading the ingredients and like, this is not what I want. Like, you see how much sugar they put in everything, and it's people that just suddenly stop eating refined sugars, or stop drinking coffee, or getting tea, or not putting the milk and the sugar in the coffee, just drinking the coffee. Like, even if you tweak like little things, tweak like little things in your life, or start journaling, or start meditating. Like, meditation is really, really amazing. I'm gonna do something about just only meditation soon, also a talk. So meditation, because the more you do that meditation, you're more aware, the more your whole life is one big meditation. And it's such a game changer. Once you're more aware of everything, it's like your life is so different. So know that you can overcome anything. Know that things will get better. Know you're not alone. But you have to go through a journey alone to find yourself, and to let go of the things that are not you, and that you can shed. And that is something that everybody goes through. And once you're going through it, then you meet so many people that are on the same path. So a lot of times you find them online, because this is like people that sharing the same content. Like, you get like happy, like, yay, hey sister, and hey brother, like, hey, great content. And then you find people that are sharing memes. Like, I had a podcast last week with a guy from Truth Theory who shares amazing memes. And yeah, it's just like, it's with fun and knowledge, like you plant seeds in people's conscious and subconscious. And that is what a lot of music and videos, like movies, also do. That they also have good seeds, and artists and everybody out there. Like, everything is such a puzzle piece for you to awaken more and more. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm grateful for every follower because like I'm sharing what I'm sharing already, I'm sharing for years and years and years, but I feel like now people are waking up, more people understanding what I'm saying and more people coming to me. So I'm like really grateful for that because I'm here to serve and here to help people. So that's why I'm doing things that I want to do. And once you're like, then you become like a beacon of light. And like, first you need to, after awakening, first you need to heal yourself and keep healing yourself and keep healing yourself. And then you are like helping others. But you don't have to be ready at a certain time to start already helping others. Like start where you are. Start sharing your journey, start sharing what you learned, and start finding ways where you can learn other people, help others as well. So I wrote the ebook Hacking the Matrix with a lot of tips and tricks to master your reality that you can get on my website, MissHellbreaker.com. But I'm also writing a new ebook called Heal Yourself and Others. Because once you're in this path, you can really heal yourself and you can also help others where you are already at. Like every insight you have, every revelation you have, there's someone else who is looking for that. I was even like last week and suddenly was like, I posted my offerings in a WhatsApp group, and someone immediately booked an healing, and I had a talk with her, and she was like, "Ah, I'm looking for this kind of healings and courses already for a year." And she wants to know more about it and probably also wants to do my course. Like, and it's like people are out there that want to find your offering. So keep sharing it, keep sharing it. And also people say like, oh, I'm sharing too much about everything. No, keep sharing it, keep sharing it. Because of all the crazy algorithms, some people don't see this post and other people see that post. So, and it's your own page. If they don't like it, they can just scroll on. And that's so nice of social media. It's like you can block people when they're like really like disrespectful and stuff. It's really your own page. You can post whatever you want and don't care so much about what other people think of you because that holds you back. It's time to let that all go, whatever people think of you. And I learned that a lot about my partner. He shares a lot of times people that are things that are even more out there. So if you're really open-minded to even more things out there, go follow him as well. And I learned a lot about him. Like he doesn't give whatever like shit what everybody thinks of him, and I learned a lot about that. And because it's not the other people that holding you back, it's you holding yourself back. Yes, it's you, a fear of what they will say, but you don't even know what they will actually say until you said it. So you're already holding yourself back, limiting yourself back because you don't know what they might say or might not say. Yeah. So like it's time to not be afraid anymore. Just be yourself and share what you need to share. And it also empowers you, the sharing. So I really like to share. But before, it took me a long time before I even wanted to do this. So this is like for me crazy, like what I'm doing right now. It takes a lot of guts and courage, and that's why not many people are doing it. Not many people are going live on my timeline, and regularly even so. But know that whatever you have to share, it's like puzzle pieces of other people. And even if it's yourself, because you get also insight while you're sharing. Like what I'm now sharing about spiritual awakening, it's different than how I ever shared it. And when I share it again about spiritual awakening, it will be different again because I come from a different consciousness and the different things that I learned in between. So you were always upgrading, always learning, and always like your communication is also always better. Like my English is not my first language, so I keep learning and being better in English as well with this. And I also learning, like at this moment, I'm also learning Spanish now, and I'm also teaching Dutch lessons to my partner. But it's like you learn from it, but it's also hilarious. And you can find these videos on our YouTube channel, Forever Awesome 888, and it's always hilarious, like hearing him say certain Dutch words in his pronunciation is really funny. So, but we are also now doing Spanish lessons, and that is also really cool. So we might even share those, but let's see, because there's also other people involved. So me and my partner are always like very excited to share always everything. So we also have to first like check with others, like, hey, shall we post it on our YouTube? So, but we are like very much like openly, everybody can know everything, a lot of things about us. So, yeah, because we just want to share, like, and share our knowledge, and like finally people are like listening to that and understanding that and wanting to know that, and and we can share it always. It's always people find it. So, and it's also you growing your content. Like every time I go live, it's on my YouTube, it's on my, I put it on my Rumble. So I'm also putting more and more content out there for people to find it. Yeah, and I put also my my website everywhere. Like, I share it everywhere. I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Rumble, I'm on Instagram, I'm on yeah, Facebook, TikTok, Rumble, Instagram, and YouTube. So it's mostly Miss Hellbreaker everywhere. And know that I'm here to help, and not only whoever comes to me like that, but also all of humanity. And we're going to now, like, people are awakening one by one, seeing through the veil to delusion, and like, hey, oh, they lied about everything. Like, oh, this reality is different than I thought. Like a lot of people going through that, and it's really helpful for them to see other people going through it and sharing about it, and knowing that they're not alone. And then later on, they are gonna share about their their journey as well. And that's why you become lighthouses. You become lighthouses, beacons of light for others to show them the way. And that's why we all like popping up everywhere somewhere else. My partner calls it like popcorn. Like not everybody pops up at the same time. So we're like also pioneers in this higher consciousness, this knowledge, this information, these frequencies. We're like radio emitters from a different frequency. And I don't know what the source is. Some people say like we're like cosmic beings, we're coming from different planets, we're star seeds. I feel resonating with that, but it's like I don't know what it is, but I like connecting with your higher self. But I also know you can cultivate that within yourself, that people can activate themselves with certain like body work and yoga, meditation. There's so many, like Kundalini awakening. Hello, thank you, thank you, thank you for the follow. I did a lot of like tantra workshops as well, and assisted with a great teacher. And I was like, I seen people's like sparks in their eyes in one weekend, like more open sparks, and like they were shedding so much that they don't need anymore, and the energy was like amazing, and the transformation of people in just a short while. Like I'm going definitely gonna give more courses and retreats at one point, when I'm more settled, and maybe also when I find like really start my healing community. I can't wait. And it would be so amazing when we're just like all together, living like that. People coming by from different countries, just like to visit, but also to heal as well. that we can help them heal. We are like a community with healers. We eat very healthy. We do body work, family constellations, but also just working in the garden, and having that beautiful space of so much love, so much light, so much like abundance of beautiful, like lots of fruits everywhere. Like you don't have to worry about anything, and you can just eat whatever you want and live in nature. And I see that happening for more and more people. And there are going to be light communities everywhere. And we're going to go through we're going through a transformation of this earth, and more people will align with these frequencies and these energies. And this, they call also the new earth, the Aquarian age, the golden age. And we're on the beginning, we're on the cusp of that. And sometimes you have days when you feel amazing and everything going great. You have already a glimpse. You have a glimpse of how that could be. And I get goosebumps because I know where we're going. Because I feel like I come from that place. Like I feel where we're going because the future is pulling me into that. And it's like all now. And I know where we're going to. And I know the frequencies of that. And that's why my book is also called Whispers of the New Earth. And once you read that in the inspiration, you have a feeling what kind of energy frequency that is, and you can tap into it. And you can feel it in your heart and your soul. And then you understand the people that are sharing a lot of the same things that I share. It's like we already know where we're going. That's why we're so excited. I had a lot of people in my podcast talking about that, the golden age, or where we're going through, and the Aquarian age. A lot of people, we know it, we share about it. Like there's a lot of people that are like psychic mediums, and they know already. They seen vision of that when they were already young. They know what is coming, and they know it's gonna be very, very good. And that's why you can have faith in the future. It's a knowing. Like some people already knew it already from a long time. It's like what is coming. And that's why we also the visionaries of the new earth, of the future. We are like pioneers, we are visionaries, and we already embodying that frequency. And the more we are, the more light we are, and more love and light is on this planet. And then everything what was done in the dark will come to light. The dark will come to light, but it's also Guru, it's dark to light. We're going from dark to light, and everything around us going from dark to light. So where you are has immense empowerment and immense awakening power, just being who you are and holding that frequency and working on yourself has a huge effect all around you, your whole aura. Everybody has an uplifting effect around you. And one person that is enlightened and one person that has a higher frequency can shift really hundreds of thousands of people. And now do you have that power inside of you? And that's why it's so beautiful when more and more people awaken. We make a difference. You make a difference. Every inner work what you're doing, it's like you can wait till things happening in your life, but you can also make an active with your intention and your focus. You go even more active in your awakening, in your healing journey. So you can be active. You can be more active by exercising, by doing yoga. You can activate your body more. You can activate your mind more by meditation, but activating your higher mind, like journaling, activating your subconscious more. What is going on? You can go to a retreat. You go to a healing course. You can do like a massage course. You can do so many things to pull it even in. Like find tools where you can help others with and see what comes on your path. Like also plant medicine. Like I had a really cool podcast with someone that helps people with microdosing mushrooms. It's like you can do one big dose and you get like a huge upgrade of your whole brain and your reality, but you can also do microdose and you have like little upgrades every day. So like you can do so much to shift your reality But you have to be knowing that knowledge. You have to know, like, hey, this is works for me, and this I choose to activate yourself more and more. So that's why I share what I want to share, and know that the biggest power is your own empowerment and your own change and your shifts and your intention. Like once you're on this path, you always want more growth and more empowerment and more evolving and more consciousness shifting and more that feeling like everything is amazing and everything is divine. And there's a divine plan happening. Like there was a divine plan in your life because all the puzzle pieces stuck exactly like they need to do. And only some days you really feel that. But the more you are aligned, the more you're on your path, the more like confirmation you find in that. And that's our synchronicities. That's what's called synchronicity. You'll have that more and more on your path, and more amazing people on your path, and amazing beings on your path. And like everything needs to happen for a reason. But you can also, when things are like not good, you can shift that. You can change that. Like, hey, I have an intention. Like I want more like peace and more abundance and more harmony and more love inside my life. You can really shift to that and call that in. I call in always more light, always more love, always more freedom, always more abundance, always more fun, and enjoying this reality. Like wherever I was, I enjoyed this reality. Like I had some really bad things happening, and I can have some things like challenges happening, but I think everybody has those. It's not about like what happened, but it's also how you react with it. How can you shift? Like if you always like when you're triggered, you have different ways of reacting, like fight, flight, and freeze. And now I got found a new one. It's also like enduring, like pause and see it for what it is. Like you have different ways of reacting, but how you can react. And if you're triggered and you have certain emotions, you can, in that moment, if you just breathe in a couple of times, see how you normally would react and now you now want to react. And that makes already a huge difference in your life. You can make a huge difference in your life when you become more aware of breaking those patterns that you have and seeing the patterns that you have. Seeing the patterns and changing them. Changing the patterns. Like if you have a miscommunication and it's always the same one, talk with the person. What is this happening? Like what is this pattern? What is this karmic reaction? What is like, why is this happening? And there's so many more layers of everything, and wishing you the best of uncovering all of these layers and uncovering, and it will get better because you get better and this reality get better and you understand better the game. Like people having like, it's also, it gets better. Just that I want to say it gets better, but you still have challenges. I still have challenges. I still have challenges. Like yeah, but it's how you deal with them, and the more you don't let them affect you, the less they can affect you. You're not affected by things like that I like previous was like very like emotional. Was like affected by it is not so much anymore. But that doesn't mean I care less, no, but I'm more detached from certain things. And yeah, it gets better. So that's what's my biggest biggest thing that I like, what I want to share, what I will end it with is it gets better because you get better. You're more yourself, but it's not, on one hand, better in yourself, but also more yourself because you're shedding layers that you don't need anymore. So it's a paradox. Everything is like, there's so many paradoxes. That's something also we can talk about, like so many paradoxes. You're whole, but you also need healing. You're also a masterpiece, but you're also still broken. And you also become better, but also more yourself. Like accepting all your imperfection, accepting like who you are, where you are, and where you are at this moment. And sometimes where you are is not where you want to be, but it's also good to have that in your mind. Like this is where we're going. These are my goals. These are my intentions. And then you're even more focused on that. You're even more focused on that. But know that if you're just living in your heart, like in loving action, putting the ideas and information you have into this reality, you're doing what you need to do and knowing that you are on your path. And like every step will get you there. Every little step will get you there. And trusting the process and enjoying this reality in the now. So make the best of it now, and everything will manifest anyway. Anything will manifest anyway. Because your dreams are there for a reason. The dreams, your like intentions, your goals are there for a reason, because you, like your higher self, already knows that you're going there. So really trust yourself and this reality and this journey. And that is what one of my biggest learnings is, like trust more, trust more, trust more, trust more. So hope you have more trust in yourself and this reality. I'm wishing you all the best. And if you just saw a little piece of it, know that you can always check it back on my YouTube. And my YouTube is MissHellbreaker. And you can also check my website, MissHellbreaker.com. So wishing you all the best on your journey, and maybe we meet each other again. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you for being here.